Oh, so far away. Welcome to another, wait a minute. Welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. I am here today with when Springbank has gone crazy and everyone's losing their shit over it, they go to Long Row. And Long Row gets super expensive. Everyone loses their shit over it, and then they go to Hazelburn. Just because it's made by the same people. And you know what? Rightly so, because they have a pedigree of good stuff. Frankly, recently, the price inflation of Springbank really, price versus utility, it's no longer there. If you have all the money in the world, sure, but the tertiary and secondary and the tertiary market have fucked it up for most of us, and now we have to buy it on a stupid ballot, absolutely stupid. But in saying that, hey, it is what it is. Supply, demand, capitalism, whatever. That's what it is all about. So Hazelburn is usually the triple distilled variant made at the Springbank distillery. Okay, I'm not even going to go and really take you through too much of this, because if you don't know what this is, get out of your cave and look for what this is. But I presume all of you will know what this is. It is my first Hazelburn 21-year-old that I have reviewed. In the past, we haven't really picked them up before, but as usual, I've got a sample here to minimize the air content. There we go. Let's see how this baby sips. Okay, the color is of golden urine. After you've had a little bit of beetroot, not too much, but just a few pieces of beetroot in your salad, and you go for a piss like that. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's get nosing with the butt plug glass. Oh. Golly gosh. That has multiflora honey, that runny honey. Very floral on the nose with a hint of fruit. I'm trying to think of what fruit it is. Granny Smith apple on the nose. Vanilla. Just a hint of fruitcake spice, but not much. Now I am guessing this is going to be a heavy bourbon cask. I don't have any idea. I don't care. But I'm guessing that there's going to be a lot of bourbon cask influence in this, judging from the nose. But maybe a little bit of sherry as well. Maybe a 20% sherry mix. But I think it's a bourbon heavy cask. Vanilla, sickly coconut. There's a slight herbal note to it, like a licorice note. And you know what it is? There's a metallic stainless steel kind of note to it as well. Like a hot stainless steel. Slight wet earth. Old wet leather. And a very, very, very faint hint of smoke. Oh, the nose is beautiful. The nose is beautiful. You cannot fault that nose. Wow. There's also some caramel, butterscotch, Russian fudge, and slightly buttery on the nose. The nose is fantastic. The nose is very complex here. Very complex. Well, let's get sipping. Holy moly. Whoa. 43.2% at 21. It punches above its weight. I think if they did a 45 to 46 would have been a bit better, more viscous. But the finish is quite medium to long. It's not super oily, the finish. I'm getting unripe stone fruit, unripe apricot, dried apricot, citrus rind, I'll say lemon rind, lemon pith, slight bitterness, but the sweetness hits you. Simple sugar syrup, definitely butterscotch. It's got a herbal note that I can't put my finger on. I would say tarragon, fresh green tarragon. I'd say licorice, a hint of licorice. There's a slight meatiness to it. I can't put my finger on it, but there's a slight meatiness, like an irony meatiness to it. Like a fattiness. I can't put my finger on it, but I'd say the fat of a prosciutto. There's a salinity as well. There's a salinity in the aftertaste that I cannot deny. That's a fantastic dram. That is delicious. Highly pleasurable drink. Wow. No, that is a dangerous one. A bottle of that, a table, a session, that is a fantastic proposition right there. That is a sessionable whiskey, but compelling at the same time. Not boring. It's quite a clean palate, but a complex palate. So not a heavy, oily palate, but definitely has an animal fat essence to it. Like I said, prosciutto is the closest I can think of, as it's quite clean compared to bacon or anything like that, or jamon. Too fatty, too oily, too nutty. That is fantastic. That is a great dram. I highly recommend that. That is the first one I have reviewed, and I think it's probably the first or second one I have tried in the past. It just doesn't come around that often because it's so high in demand. So when it does, there's not many bottles and everyone goes crazy for it. But this time around, we managed to get it, and you know what? Happy. I'm happy that we got that. Great dram. Great dram. On the sweet theme, but definitely a certain meatiness to it, a heft, a weight. Even though it's triple distilled, it still has some weight to it. Now, I've had younger Hazelburns. It doesn't have that weight as much, but maybe that's because this one is older and it has a little bit more of that weight, but I don't know. I can't tell you exactly why, but it definitely has a little bit of weight to it. Anyway, until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. Have you had the latest Hazelburn or other Hazelburn 21s in the recent months, recent years, shall I say? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. Cheers.